The fundamentals, the basics, the things that make it so that you can play this game effortlessly and stay alive and constantly exert pressure and heals and constantly be a relevant factor and make it so that you literally just hard carry games from just being consistent. Here you go. Here you go. I've linked you. This is literally, I'm going to go through this entire VOD bit by bit and show you what I mean. Okay? We start the game. Cool.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
I'm going to walk. We're going to walk through this. I don't do this often because I usually only do the first minute, but I'm going to do the whole fucking VOD. Okay. All right. Okay, first problem. All right, let's walk through it. I'm gonna walk you through exactly why you are struggling at this elo. Okay. First of all, you could be a little bit closer. Okay, but you're not that close. It's whatever. That's fine. Okay. You see, Blade is red. Your instant reaction needs to be to throw this bubble out and pray to God that it can save him. There's no guarantee that it can save him, but it might. The fact that he's about to die, like the fact that he's about to die without you even throwing out bubble is atrocious, okay? Blade is still one shot and you haven't thrown out bubble. Instead, you're throwing out daggers. He is still one shot and you haven't thrown out bubble. He still has not received bubble from you. Sorry. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. Maybe you threw it out. In blind. Are we blue team? Okay. You know what? Hey, my bad. Let me look this up again. Maybe it doesn't show me the cooldown on this. And be nice. Okay, you threw it out. Okay, I see you threw it out. Good job. I'm proud of you. Thank you. You kept him alive. Good, keep going. Okay, second problem. You're not weaving your spells, okay? So, watch this. Okay, you're playing Cloak and Dagger, all right? What I need you to do, number one, you can't be this far back, okay? Why can't you be this far back on Cloak and Dagger? Okay, the main reason you can't be this far back is because there's nothing that's gonna... You build ult charge on Cloak and Dagger, okay? When you heal others, when you heal yourself, I'm explaining everything. Just have to listen. I'm gonna walk through it. I know, which is why I've told you to just do the other thing I told you, because there's nuance. Yes, there's a nuance. You need to learn the balance. This is too far back. The reason this is too far back is because when you're playing Cloak and Dagger, especially, here's the thing. You gain ult charge, okay? From healing others, from healing yourself, and from doing damage. Okay? So follow me real fast. Let's say you're about like right here, next to Sue, which by the way, you want to be next to Sue anyway, but let's say you're next to Sue in this case, okay? Let's say that they hit you with something. Let's just say they hit you and you lose 25 HP or 100 HP. On Cloak and Dagger, you can just throw your daggers at your Sue or at your Hela, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to explode on them in a giant AoE. And you're going to heal HP, I think like about 16 HP for each dagger, and quickly heal yourself up, heal your teammate, and build ult charge super, super quick, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, in this case, you need to be in position where you can throw out your dark window consistently so that you can constantly get that 30% damage amp, right? That means that somebody might die or somebody might get picked. Let's look at their Cloak and Dagger. Let's see if she has the competency to do it. Doesn't look like she does. Looks like she doesn't know either. So if you knew how to use your abilities in this case, you would be diffing this Cloak and Dagger because you would be throwing out your Dark Blind over and over again. But right now, you're way too far back. And so because you're so far back, you're not having impact with your abilities. And instead, when you play Cloak and Dagger like this is how you play Cloak and Dagger like a heal bot. This is how you play Cloak and Dagger as I just pray my team is good enough to actually utilize the heals I'm doing. And I don't care about actually carrying my team and proving I'm better. I just need to roll a good team that's better than their team. And then I can maybe win the game. This is not how you climb in this game. You climb in this game by having more impact than the enemy team and exerting so much pressure and force from playing your character that the enemy team plays either worse or can't match up to your level, and they get steamrolled over. Okay? So you shouldn't be here. And again, this is nuance. So some games you should be here. But in this game, you should not be here. You should be right about here. Because you should be healing Sue. You should be throwing out your dark window. Look, imagine if you're just right here next to Sue and you thought the blind. Oh, the blind hits Storm. The blind hits Emma. The blind might hit him, and maybe even their Cloak and Dagger. And so that means there's 4 characters on their team, up to 4 characters on their team, that is going to have. And I'm telling you, there is nuance. That's why I keep telling you. That's why I keep telling people. The way to learn this game is not by playing this game. If people would just listen to me and hear me out, I would be able to explain this to you. VOD reviews, these VOD reviews, me telling you this is not going to help. Because what you're going to do is you're going to go to the next game and do exactly what I said, and then you're going to die doing it and wonder what went wrong. It's because there's nuance. There is nuance. Some games, it's the right thing. Some games, it's the wrong thing. This game, we press tab, we look at the enemy team, we see they're running Sue. So that because they're running Sue, it means that we can never, ever, 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 ever in this entire game stand on this side because we'll just fall off. But if Sue's not in their team, let's say they're running Loki, we can stand on this side because they have nothing that's going to push us off. But then technically they're running Emma. So if you want to scared of Emma, you would say you can never stand on this side. But let's say they're running Captain America and they're running fucking Loki instead of Sue and Emma. Guess what? You can stand on this side because there's nothing to knock you off the map. And guess what? That's nuance based on the characters that they're running. So this game, they don't have any snipers except for Hela, which means that you just need a small piece of cover to avoid her, which is right here. Nice little piece of cover for you. Or another piece of cover right here. And if all of this falls, which I don't think it does, but if it does fall, I don't think this falls ever. I think this stays up the entire time. But if this does fall at any point in time on the map, then you can back up to here. Because you won't have this to guard you or whatever. But because you have this to guard you, look, you can peek. You can peek. You can heal. And go back and cover. Heal. Go back and cover. Anyway, it's called nuance. Nuance, 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 nuance. If let's say they're running Squirrel Girl, right? Then maybe you don't want to stay directly with your team because you're just going to let her AoE you down. So with Squirrel Girl, maybe you do stay back here. Because that way she has to determine, does she want to hit you? Does she want to hit Sue? Does she want to hit your front line? She has to make a choice. But they're not playing Squirrel Girl. So you don't care about that. Okay? All right. Let's keep it pushing. So look at this. We're all the way in the back and we still not used our dark window. Now we thought our dark window for the first time here. And we go back to healing. But by this point, it's too late because our team has already become overwhelmed. And the time frame in which this happened, which let's go to this real fast so you can see. This is why positioning matters and understanding the map matters. Because here's what you're about to do. Because you're not with Sue, right? You're about to let your 4 teammates, maybe even Sue also, be in an isolated situation where they can't get any heals from you. Because this thing is about to cross over your path and block your line of sight. And let's see how that works. Okay, so you can't heal anybody right now. Can Sue heal anybody? Sue can still heal people because she has a decent position in this situation. Let's watch how fast your team loses whenever the enemy team just runs them over because you're too far back, because your positioning is off. Let's watch this. Let's see how fast they die. Since it's a 5v6, since you can't heal anybody with line of sight. Wow, that was pretty damn fast, actually. They died pretty quick. Now, this fight's done. This fight's done. And if you had better positioning, this doesn't happen. If you had better positioning, if you were out here, if you were worried about getting poked, right, you could have stood here. You got to angle right here, right? There's no way to get pushed off the map from this area, right? So you could have just stood here and look, hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back. Look at this. Look at this. Instead of standing here, what if you just stood here? What if you literally just stood here? Like, what if you were so afraid, right? If you're really, really afraid of those standing near your team, and these do go down. I thought so. But you just stood here. Look. You got angle bubble. You got angle for everything. And look, if anybody starts focusing you, we just walk over here. Walk here. We're behind cover. They can't get us now. Look. And we can come back out, do our thing, go back in. Instead, you're hidden, too far back, playing too safe, and your team dies. Okay? Team dies. This is done. See, this is done. So, okay. Another thing. Recognizing when this fight is done. This fight is done. You have 3 people who died. It's cooked. Leave. Leave. You're not holding this. So if these guys die trying to fucking still fight, they're stupid. You need to back up slowly as if you were retreating from a dangerous situation. Like you hold your hands up and you're like, oh, this is getting hairy. I don't want any part of this. This is getting bad. See you later, guys. And you just back up slowly. Start walking the fuck away. Because you're not winning this fight. Without an ult, you are not winning a 3v6. Okay, so you back this way. All right, it's not the worst, but here's why this is not an area I would back into. Look at this, look at this. Right here. Your best friend. And by the way, if you don't know where every single one of these are on the maps, you need to go learn. But look, your best friend, health pack. So instead of backing up the stairs, right, we could back here, out the main door. Because look, if you back up these stairs and anybody were to walk up here, you're dead. Or you're in a fight for your life. And maybe about to get pinched by this guy. But if you back here, you can play the health pack. And then from the health pack, you can back here. And eventually you'll run into your teammates respawning.
Capture the mission area.
So I don't know what this is. And if you had actually stayed in line of sight of this guy and just done this, maybe you could have lived, but honestly, maybe he could have lived, but probably not. So he's dead.
Anyone willing to help?
I want to see something. Okay, they're bad. All right, whatever. Okay, blind. Not bad. Good blind. I would have liked to see you land the healing window on him, but it's okay. We're good.
Anyone willing to help? I am barely harmed.
Okay. Let me look. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, okay? The enemy support was dog shit, and that's the only reason you got away with doing this. The enemy support is actually truly just absolute ass.
Help. So
Also,
cold.
this bubble, bad bubble. I'm talking about it right in a minute. This bubble puts your teammates in a bad position where this is a forward bubble, right? But your team is not in a position where they want to aggress forward. They're in a position where they kind of want to hold, right? So you would want the bubble to be more in this area where it's like maybe like half here and then half here. So that your team can like stand here and play cover. Because look, if they walk into this bubble, look at what this bubble does for them. I'm going to show you something about this bubble, okay? Look at this bubble. Let's say they walk in this bubble, right? This bubble is completely in the open. To take advantage of this bubble, they have to walk into the enemy team. Now look, if you would put this bubble further back and more in the around you, a little bit right here, right? They could use this bubble, do damage, hide behind cover. Do damage, hide behind cover. They could play back and forth. But instead, this bubble is all the way up, so they can't really do that with this bubble and stay in it constantly. Okay, second thing. This is a terrible habit, what you're about to do. First of all, you need to be recognizing that when this guy does this shit, by the way, he should have died, he's dying anyway. But your reaction needs to be, when you see this guy, you need to be thinking about him using Clobber in time. And he hasn't used it yet in the match. So your braid needs to be tracking his ult. You need to be tracking everybody's ult. But you need to be tracking especially ults that have the potential to CC and kill you instantly. Thing is one of them. Eye of Agamotto is another one of them. Emma is one of them. But anyway, moving forward, this is a terrible ult. We do not ult here. And I want to show you why we do not ult here. Again, this is one of those concepts that you'll learn in the videos, when you do the videos. Look, this ult here is really bad because you just killed Thing, right? You need to be able to recognize, you should have cloaked this anyway, instead of trying to ult through this. Or just ate the ult if you were too slow to cloak it. Because honestly, your whole team's here, you probably would have lived through it no matter what. The reason why this ultimate is bad, okay, is because this ultimate, and by the way, this is a fundamental concept that you need to be able to know as a support. And you don't know it because I've seen you do it and do it wrong in pretty much every game. No offense, I've just seen you do it wrong. So I'm pretty sure you don't know this concept. You should know that if you ult first here, what is the enemy team going to do? Let's say their Cloak and Dagger has ult, right? She is going to look at your ult, be like, oh my god, thank you so much for being bad, enemy team. Wait 2 seconds, right? And then she is going to counter ult. And so both of your ults are going to overlay each other, and you're going to have a neutral zone of nobody dying, right? But because she ulted 2 seconds later, she's going to get 2 seconds for her team, or longer, depending on how long she waits, to use her ultimate to help put pressure and kill your team. Okay? That's a very basic. I'm sure you get that one. Now here's the advanced, where you start taking it to the next level. The reason why this is even worse, right? And this is a throw. This is a throw, by the way. The reason why this is a throw and a game-ending ult is because you killed Thing. So when you killed Thing, you turn this fight into a 5v6. Because it's a 5v6, the advantage is naturally in your hands to win the fight. You are naturally going to win a 5v6 over a 6v5 unless they ult, which means that you've already put yourself in a situation where you're going to win, so you don't need to ult, right? So we get that, right? Now, because you ult first here and just ult, what happens is you tell the enemy support they can ult second. And so what you say is the time that they should lose and pressure they should lose from Thing dying doesn't matter, because now you've turned that time, that 10-15 second period window, into a support ult window where nothing can die and no kind of tempo or advantage can change, and the tempo favors them because their support's going to ult second. That is why, number one, it's very bad usually to ult first on support unless you truly understand the risk versus reward and nuance of it. But number two, you should definitely never ult first on support when you've already won the fight via numbers, aka Thing is dead. Because you basically throw your advantage from having that. Now, let's look at your ult. Okay, your ult could be a little bit better, but let's see what you do with it. Fuck, that's fine. We'll take that ult. You could have delved a little bit deeper, but it's fine. All right, now let's see. Second thing, you're versus Jeff. Jeff is your sole responsibility. Jeff should not get anything off this game. I'll be watching for that. Okay, let's talk about it. That's another carry moment that you passed up on. Okay, you won the fight. Because you won the fight, it means it's time to take position. Positioning means you need to take aggressive positioning, because when you take aggressive positioning, you can prevent these guys from walking in, right? You can make these guys work for walking in. So watch, we're going to unpause this, and we're going to look what happens if you stood next to Punisher and kind of helped him out. If you just kind of stood in this area. Look, you thought you're blind, Thing gets blinded, and guess what? He has to turn around. Thing almost dies here. Imagine if he was taking 30% more damage the entire time. Imagine if you had walked up and were punishing him for walking this far forward. You might even kill him. And if you kill Thing here, you extend the timer of their team being staggered, and you make it so they have to work even harder to come back in the game. And that's just a single way in which you can carry right there. But let's look. What are you doing? You're healing nobody and all the way in the back looking at nothing. What is Punisher doing? Making space. If this Thing fucking almost dies here, I gotta watch this. I pray Thing dies. Latina, if you were in the proper position, look at this. Look how low this guy gets. If you were just in the proper position, instead of all the way in the back. Look at his HP bar. Look at that HP bar. That is one dagger from death. That is one tick of your cloak hitting him. And if he was taking 30% more damage, he would just 100% be dead here. Where are you? Healing a full health Hela and a full health Captain. This is when I say fundamentals in decision making, and I keep telling people this kind of shit and they don't listen. Look, because you don't know how important this kind of shit is, because it's the little decisions that you make that can turn an entire game. If you were where you needed to be, this guy dies. If this guy dies, Their whole entire team has to wait 15 more seconds, and that's about 15% more on the clock for us that we get to take. But let's see what happens, because this guy's going to live. And so he lives. He jumps forward. Actually stupid. Sorry, I fucking zoned out really hard. I'm coming back, my bad. Whew. Oh boy, I haven't eaten yet, so I'm a little tired. Alright.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Okay, you disengage. Good job. We can't do shit about this.
Us against the world!
Okay. And look. Solely off of tempo, they get to ult last on support and your team gets wiped. Which means you walk away. What are you still doing here?
Control lost! My time to shine!
Alright.
Team's capture progress has passed the half.
And because you die here, you stagger.
Their team's
All you had to do
progress has passed the half.
was walk away. Look at this. I want you to watch this. Okay, this is decent until he touches. As soon as he touches this ult, as soon as the Jeff touches this ult, you're done. This fight's over. Get out. So we should be cloaking back. You cloak this way. If you do, I'm guessing you're going for the health pack, but I don't know if you even know where the health pack is. So, no point in doing that. All right. You throw bubble down. Whatever. Not the best idea, but I get the execution. I get where you're kind of going with. You're trying to duel this guy to the death. You're not terrible. You're not terrible. You're just like everybody else. You don't know the fundamentals. You don't know the fundamentals of decision making and of positioning and of ultimate usage and et cetera, et cetera. And you don't understand the impact that just doing those fundamentals correctly have on your overall game. Because the game, this is the issue with this game. And I the same thing happened with League of Legends. People look at this game at different elos and they see the same game being played. But you have to get to each elo, or you have to get better at the game to recognize the nuances that separate different level players and different level players. And when I play with you, I notice a lot of these things where you do a lot of these things that like throw advantage back to the enemy team. Because I can do that. Yes, I can watch that. But after this, I need you to just commit to the videos. Please, I'm telling you, if you just do the videos, Latina, if you just hear me out and do the videos, you're going to learn so fucking much about the game. You're going to learn so fucking much about the game. You're going to come back into this matchmaking, and you're going to shit stomp every single game, probably all the way to Celestial. Very easily. I just need, because you have the mechanics, it looks like, to kind of do it. It's just, you just don't have the decision making. For me, I don't have mechanics, but I have really good fucking decision making. So I'm able to win a lot, but my mechanics suck. Your mechanics are better than me. So if you just get your decision making to somewhere near my level, you will be fucking disgusting. I just need you to get your decision making and understanding of the game higher. You've probably gotten this far with just mechanics because you play mechanical champions like Spider-Man and Luna and shit like that. But if we get your mechanics up, I mean, we get your fucking decision making up, you will be nasty. I think you could actually be you might even be able to get like upper moon or fucking lower upper moon in the custom ranks or whatever in the server. You just need to do the work to get the other stuff done. All right, what game am I about to look at real fast? What game am I looking at here? And the reason why I don't do VOD reviews like this so often is because just going through the first video of a game, just going through the first video, like not the first video, the first minute of games is filled with so much shit that I have to go over that it takes like 30 minutes. Like I think that video like I just did for you, like this thing was like what? 25 minutes. And we didn't even get a minute into that game. The victory I just had. Okay, I'm gonna go look. Okay, so you went and played a game without me. Okay. Alright, you want me to look over this game? Okay.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Alright. They don't turn on this picture. The fuck are we doing? Look at this. We're already starting out in our positioning. Like again, this, right? This is what I'm talking about when I say this is the stuff that'll get you, like this is going to keep you losing games. You are in the front of your tanks. You're in the front of Emma. I don't even know where the fuck Magneto is. Let's find out where he is. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. You don't have the Magneto. You're in the front of Emma, and Venom is probably behind them doing some stupid fuck shit. You cannot be in front of Emma. A good Magneto here, a good player, sees that the fucking support at the start is alone and just walks up and deletes you. And that's it. And this is a game-ending decision right here, what you're doing. Look at that. Okay, so anyway, let's see. Okay. Okay. Standard. Okay. Try not to do that, by the way. But actually, it's okay here, because it wasn't that much of a too much of a turnaround. But try not to turn around too much. Alright, you hear somebody behind you. No reaction. Alright. This is another one of those moments where you, against a better player, or in just any other game, coin flip wise, you lose the game here. You hear the footsteps of this fucking magic, by the way. Oh, actually, you might not have headphones in. I pray to God you have headphones in. Look. Let's see if we can put them out while we hear her. You hear her. She's clapping on the ground. You hear this woman running. You need to be reacting. Look at this. Your Moon Knight is carrying you here. He hears magic and reacts. You're still looking forward. You're still looking forward. You're still looking forward. Moon Knight goes to check for magic. You're still looking forward. You get jumped by magic. Moon Knight comes out to try to help you. If for any fucking reason this magic was slightly better and knew how to do her combos slightly better, you die here. You should have died here. Lucky for you, you had your clap already active, so it kept you alive slightly, but you're at 33 HP. And in midst of doing this and killing yourself, like in this bad positioning and almost dying, you got healed by rocket orbs to keep you alive as well. So had you not been inadvertently just clapping for your heal and getting the self-heal from that, you die here. You die here, your whole team gets wiped. And then you lose the first point. And this is what I mean when I say people who complain about back and forth and losing games, you're doing something game-ending and game-throwing here. But the problem is the enemy team doesn't punish you for it in this game, and so you get away with it. And so you might win this game, even though you did this. And the next game, you're going to do the same exact thing, and the enemy team might notice that this is stupid, and they might kill you, and then you might lose the game for it. And the next game, you might do it again and not get punished. And guess what? You win the game. And so this is what creates those fucking wins and loss streaks, is that people will play versus people who don't know that these are mistakes and know how to punish them, and they'll lose and they'll win. And then they'll play with people who know their mistakes and they'll lose. And that's why it's a constant flip-flop. because the people who typically know these are mistakes are climbing and they're going up higher and higher, and they'll punish you and take the free win. The people who don't know these are free are either your rank or below your rank. So it's more in you're going to get more games probably where you don't get punished for your mistakes. All right, let's keep going. And we're not even a minute into this. So I'm stopping this at a minute, by the way. Okay, we barely survive. Whatever.
Okay, admit it. You need me.
All right, we're back to fucking playing Luna. Okay, we hear the Psylocke. Are we gonna react? Or are we just gonna let our Moon Knight fight this duel? It's going on behind you. Are we gonna react? We're not gonna react. And so, because you don't react, she has to die to Iron Man, this guy, and Rocket. And you didn't react. All right, let's see what happens now. We're just healing.
I was fine, but thank you.
This is real firepower! Leave them to Khonshu!
I suck.
I blew out Rocket's hand.
Okay.
I'm ready to put on a show.
There you go. Another game throwing move. Let's talk about it. Again. Couple things. Luna mechanics.
Feel the pull.
You gain ult charge when you do damage, when you heal. Okay? The ideal situation for Luna, if she's going to use her clap, is 6 people walking in front of her enemies, 5 people on her team in front of her allies. That is the ideal situation. You're not going to get that ever. But look at this. What do you have in front of you?
This is...
You have a Emma who can take a hit. You have a Magneto who will get pierced probably. A Rocket who will get pierced. A Venom who will get pierced. And probably a Sue who will get pierced. That means that you're going to build ult charge a lot faster if you probably hit all of these targets at the same time.
real fire
You don't do it, you don't clap.
power!
And actually, well, hold on, I'm sorry, your clap just came up. My bad. Be nice. Your clap just came up. Your clap is up now. You should do it.
Leave them to Khonshu!
You don't. There you go. You do it at the end. Good job.
I blew out Rocket's hand.
Now, this game throwing. And you might ask, why? Why is this game throwing? Because if the enemy support has a brain, they're going to let you do this like an idiot and ult for no reason. And then when you're done ulting for no reason, the Sue's going to walk up, ult one time, your team's going to lose the fight and get wiped.
I'm ready to.
Now, that's not what happened this game, right? Because it's not going to happen this game. They're not good. They're not good enough to do it. But yeah.
We're finding our groove.
Turn around, you fool!
Do I throw like a girl?
Beholds the god of thunder!
Healing.
All right, sorry.
We're finding our groove.
Let's watch this again. Kind of zoned out for a second.
Beholds the god of
Okay.
thunder!
We get the health pack. Good. Okay, we kill him. And you know what's awesome about this? This Tournament Clay, whatever, this Psylocke ult doesn't kill you if you have your ult up. And you got nothing out of popping your ult, but just popping it. No value. Now, what should happen is Sue should ult and you guys should just lose. But technically maybe not, because you have Rocket now again. Sue took forever to ult, so Rocket has this, so you may not get punished. Let's see how it goes. I need Rocket to ult. Oh, you're just gonna lose the first point. So this whole first point you lost is because of you. Do you use headphones? You need to be using headphones. You need to be using headphones. I will walk you through with fucking footsteps, but you need to use headphones. It's very important to play this game with headphones. Headphones change everything. You can literally hear people walking.
I like the cold.
All right, so this first point that you lost here, I want to be very clear, okay? As a support, this is your fault. Just to be very, very clear. If you are a better player, you don't lose the point this fast. Because what happens is you don't ult there randomly. And because you don't ult there randomly, what ends up happening is you have ult for when Psylocke ults. So Psylocke wastes her ult. She doesn't kill you. You get to counter her ult. You guys walk forward. Maybe you get a pick. You stall the point out even longer. Then Sue decides to ult. Rocket counters Sue ult. And you stay neutral. And you hold the point even longer. And then maybe you hold this point for maybe till like 3 or 2 minutes. And you're not playing on the clock with this being 4 minutes. And you're already having advantage just from using your shit correctly. All right, I'm going to end the video here because I really don't think this needs to continue. I think I broke down. And this is what I said when I said I can't tell you to ult first quickly, and I can't tell you to ult second quickly. Or I can't tell you to ult second always because there's nuance. You're playing defense. You don't need to do anything aggressive. You can hold your ult until there's a reason to use your ult, which is maybe to counter one of their ults or counter a DPS ult. Because they're on offense, they really shouldn't use their ult first either, but they can if they understand the nuance behind it. Again, nuance. And you will not learn nuance without playing you will not learn nuance, okay? It's too hard to learn. To learn nuance, you have to go through the situation. You have to be able to actually accurately assess the situation either in the moment or after the effect, aka via a VOD review. And you have to be able to know what you did wrong and then put an if-then statement. Like the end if-then statement versus thing is, if thing ults me, or if thing is going to ult, I should counter his ult by using Cloak and Dagger ult. False, by the way. But if thing, that would be an if-then statement. But then you would be like, but then the exception is, if thing is going to ult me, I could just use Cloak and teleport and avoid the entire ult. Okay? Then you could say, well, Cloak's teleport is not up. And if I get killed, we lose the game right here. Then it would make sense to ult. But then you could say, if I get killed, we don't lose the game here. We're already still doing well. We're at 60% versus like 15%, which means even if we lose, we won't lose the game here. Okay, well then fine, you don't ult, you just die. Okay, what about well, it's 99 to 99. Okay, I can't afford to die. I have to ult here and pray to God that this works out. My team can't hold up by themselves. Okay, well, what if it's 99 to 99 and my team is doing okay, and if I die here, it looks like somebody else has already died on their team and mine, but my team, somebody swapped to Doctor Strange, and they're going to portal when we come alive. Okay, then I don't need ult here. Like, there's nuance. All right, I'm going to end this replay now. I hope this makes a little sense, why I keep telling you to just go learn the nuance via the videos, and all of this will become much easier. Because you threw this game several times. Even though you came out on top, you threw this game several times. I'm going to tell that from the first minute alone. Your positioning was not good. Your reactions was not good. Your ult usage was not good. The same thing I've been saying that needs work in every single game we've been playing in. It's still consistent. Because you are consistently the same person and same player until you change it. By getting better, by learning more about the fundamentals. Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast.